Hello guys, welcome back to our channel again, World Mechanics. Today we're working on a Chrysler Pt Cruiser and we're going to show you how to replace the thermostat on it. It is a 2.4 engine. Stay with us to see how to do that and don't forget to subscribe for future videos. Okay, the first thing that we need to do, we need to get a flathead screwdriver and we need to remove that clamp right there. That's for the intake hose that goes towards the throttle body. So you need to get it loose on both sides, one towards the throttle body and one that is close to the airbox, so we can remove the hose on the side and you just pull it out, okay, like that. Next thing that we'll need to do, we need to pull that vacuum hose on top of the throttle body right there. You just pull it, and now we have two clips on the throttle body, one there, the throttle position sensor, and one right here. One thing about those clips, let me show you. When they're locked, they're in that position, so it prevents you from clicking on the button here to release the clip. So you need to move this one all the way to the back so you can activate the clicker right there and take it out. The other one is the same way, and this one right here as well. You just pull the red thing and push the button. Sometimes they get a little stuck, so you might need to help it with the screwdriver. And we will need to remove that clamp right there that's holding the wire to the throttle, to the intake. Though sometimes they tend to break. Okay, we'll need to remove that clamp right there that's holding the wires to the intake. Okay, and now what we'll need to do on the back right there is one bolt. Let me try to get a good view. This bolt right there, we will need to remove this one with a 13mm wrench because it's holding the intake to the head, so it doesn't vibrate and cause it to crack. So you need to take that bolt off all the way. Okay, and we just took the bolt off all the way. Right there, and now we can proceed to the next step, which will be removing all these little bolts right here. This is with 8mm socket, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them that we will need to remove all the way. Okay, this is the last bolt right there. And now we will not need to remove the throttle cable right there because we're just going to flip it on the side, but we'll need to remove that vacuum hose that goes right there in the valve cover right there. And now you can just pull it here on the side. You have one more hose holding it, vacuum hose on the back right there. We'll need to take this one off. Those on the back, they tend to be really tight, so you can just help it a little bit with a screwdriver, but do not put too much pressure because you might crack the plastic intake. And now you can just go ahead and flip it right there on the side, and you have room to work on the ignition coil and the spark plugs. Okay, after you remove the intake, what you need to do, you need to cover those holes, the intake holes. Because if you drop something, it's going all the way in and you have to remove the whole intake assembly in order to take it out. Otherwise, you start the car and you damage the engine. So make sure you cover the hose. Okay, the next step for removing the thermostat, we will need to open the radiator cap right there. So you need to open it and take it off, completely off. And now we will need to take some of the coolant out, so we will need to drain some coolant because the thermostat is right here, and if we don't, we're going to make a big mess everywhere. So you need to go underneath the vehicle right there, and let me get a view right there on the back. Okay, that's where we're going to drain the radiator right there. You need to turn the little thing to the left Okay, right there. But now, if it's too tight, you might need to use pliers, because if it hasn't been removed for a while, it will be really hard to take it out loose. Then you go to the left again, and you just need to drain the antifreeze, probably even half of it, as long as you get a gallon out of it. I think it will be good. This way we won't make a mess when we remove the thermostat. Okay, we got about a gallon out of it, and now you just need to go and close it, and you turn it to the right there. So you just turn it to the right. They tend to be really tight. And close it all the way, make sure that it seals good and it doesn't leak anything, because when you take off and you put new antifreeze, if it leaks, you're going to run out of antifreeze and overheat the car. Okay, right there. Next we'll need to remove the hose that goes to the radiator, so we need to get big pliers and remove the clamp so we can take the hose off, like that. You should not have any coolant there after you drain it. And now we need to remove this little hose right here for the overflow bottle. Those sometimes tend to be a little stuck, but you just pull it out. And right here now we have two bolts, one on this side and one on this side, with a 10mm socket that we will need to remove. Okay, we got the second bolt loose, and now you just lift it up right there, and that's where the thermostat is, right here on the bottom. So you just need to pick it up, and this is the thermostat. And make sure that when you buy one, you always buy one with a new seal, because this seal, it tends to get thin and they start leaking right here around the thermostat housing really bad. You'll be small leak at first, but you'll be losing quite a bit of coolant later. And when you get the new thermostat right there, okay, there is a place where it lines with the thermostat housing right there. So you need to make sure that you go right there and it lines, as you can see right there, so it doesn't turn left or right, it goes in a certain angle. And the rest of the procedure, you just put it back together the same way we took it apart. If you have any questions, let us know. Please don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to our channel for about 5 new videos every week.